Hello, friends. Welcome back to Graceful Living, and welcome to all of you that are brand new here today. My name is Dina, and I am so thankful you decided to stop by today. In today's video, I am going to be bringing you along with me as I give our little living room area a refresh for the springtime. I feel like I need to get things back in order in the space and just give us something new to look at. Now, I did go out into the garage and do some shopping in my bins. I ended up pulling a lot from there, but the one thing I cannot wait to bring back into my space is my vibrant green moss. It is time, and that just makes me happy. Now, one of my most asked questions is, how do I store my decor when it's not in use? I use bins for it all. It is just easier to manage this way. We have about 4 or 5 of these shelves here in the garage at home that helps me keep all of my everyday decor in order. And as for my seasonal decor, that is actually stored in a storage unit that we rent out, and I visit there about twice a year. Now, I did go ahead and change things up really quick as far as furniture here in the living room off camera, and I put this beautiful wreath and a silhouette of our youngest son that I purchased at Disneyland years ago up here on the mirror. It was super simple. I just looped some ribbon, and then up here at the top, I nailed that into the wall, and it's nice and secure. Now we're going to go ahead and start decorating. What I want to do is kind of show you what I'm going to use in each vignette. This is what I'm going to use here on our coffee table. I'm super excited to use my mom's old tapestry, and then I've just got some vintage finds that I found here and there. Our library had a vintage book sale. Each book was $1 a piece, and I was so excited to go in there and pick some out. You'll see some things that you've seen before. I'm not really using anything new. If it is new, it did come from my thrift finds or those vintage books at the library. But let's go ahead and start this little vignette here on the coffee table and move on from there. After Christmas, I feel like I took a break from my love of layering, so this season I did decide to bring it back in full force, and I am loving it. Now, I tried to focus on a few things as I made my way around the room, which were a vintage feel inspired by that beautiful French country style that I love so much, bringing back a few of my favorite things like books, moss, and my simple spring bunnies for the season, and lastly, lots of layering. Now, in my next vignette, I'm going to go ahead and tackle this end table, and here are a few of the things that I'm going to add to it. I love my books, you all know that, and just adding in layer after layer of what looks like something vintage that you have found from long ago was my desire. And I think I've achieved just that. stepping back and taking a look to this side of the room, I am truly loving what I have started, and now it is time to move on to one of my favorite spots in this space, our hutch. I love having the extra space to decorate throughout the year, and having an area to display more books is always an extra treat in my opinion. Now over here, I usually try to tackle each shelf at a time, and then as I go along, I try to keep balancing it all out in mind, making sure to incorporate some of the same colors and textures to both sides of the hutch. Today, my moss bunnies will definitely be highlighted throughout, along with my other favorites, of course, plus a couple of white bunnies that I've had for years and years that I did a little something extra to, and I will show you that towards the end of the video. It was so easy and cost me under $1 to achieve. Now moving on to the other side of the hutch, like I said, keeping in mind what I have already brought into the room and trying to keep the whole area cohesive. Now I did decide to bring in a smaller version of the bird cage. I used over on the coffee table as well. Again, keeping that space completely cohesive. I love the look. It brings in a lighter tone against the darkness of this hutch, and also all the textures and colors from the other side. Here is a glimpse at the items I chose for my second shelf here. It's not always so pretty behind the scenes. Sometimes it gets strewn about all over the room. And then, of course, there's Millicent. She has been our most playful dog yet. She loves her toys and wants us to play with her constantly. So there is always something at my feet as I decorate and clean around the house. It is a good thing. She is cute because she can be bossy as all get out. Another question I am asked quite often is, where do I find all of my tassels? And I will have to say, I have found mine everywhere. But the best places to find them are small local decor shops. We have several here in town, but even as we are out on our travels, I will look for them all along the way. You can also find some at Hobby Lobby, and sometimes, if you are lucky, you can run across them at places like Ross or TJ Maxx, back by their window coverings. So I wish you all great luck in your tassel hunting. I really do enjoy using them throughout our home, and I know so many of you have said that you are really trying to incorporate them into your own space as well. Now, if I ever run across some that I know you will be able to get your hands on as well, I will definitely let you know when I do. As I finish up the last touches here in the living room, I just want to say if you have any questions about the decor I am using, you can always feel free to leave me a comment down below. I always love interacting with you there and try really hard to either provide you a link or at least let you know where I have purchased the item. Now, I know I will receive a lot of questions about my green tassel pillows, and unfortunately, they are no longer available. They were a Pier 1 find years ago, but they do have something quite similar on Amazon if you are looking for something like them. Now, moving on to my little DIY of sorts, I found these amazing rub-on transfers at the Dollar Tree the other day and decided to add some to my white bunnies, and I love the look. They are super easy to work with. What I did is I just decided what part of the transfer I wanted to use and cut that out. I peeled the backing off and was left with the clear adhesive sheet and transfer letters. You then adhere that to the object of your desire and simply rub over it with your nail or the tip of your finger to complete the transfer over. I usually start from one side and work my way over to the other and then gently lift up the clear sheet, making sure the transfer was successful. If not, I simply lay it back down and rub over it one more time. And that's it. It's that easy. I did end up layering mine on and I love the look. For a little less than $1, I was able to spruce up my bunnies and make them a little more unique. Today, as the decorating was complete and I stepped back and took in the whole room, I will say it made me happy. I felt a joy about these simple things I had brought together. Sometimes it's the smallest things that do that. The Bible says, "So I commend the enjoyment of life, because there is nothing better for a person under the sun than to eat and drink and be glad. Then joy will accompany them in their toil all the days of the life God has given them under the sun." Looking out the window on a cool, crisp spring morning, hearing the birds chirp as they enjoy the warmth of the sun's rays, maybe a good book or a dinner out with friends. There really are so many things and ways that we can enjoy our lives. Now, I realize not every day is filled with the time to gaze out a window and take in the beauty that it provides. Sometimes circumstances come in and they dictate the way we enjoy our life. When they are calm, we seem a little more ready to enjoy the simple. But when they are difficult, stress creeps in and tries to rob us of those moments. So whatever today is bringing your way, I just want to encourage you to take a quick moment to find a seat or even just a window to look out and find some beauty in your surrounding. Find something little that will help to bring joy into your day. I hope today's video brought some inspiration your way, if for nothing else but to look for joy in something small today. I want to thank you all for making it to the end with me. If you are new, I hope that you will consider subscribing and becoming a part of our Graceful Living family. But for now, I wish you all a wonderful rest of your week. Remember to stay safe, be blessed, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye, everyone.